This is a Problem Machine with some more Dark Souls 3 arena type undead matches. So let's get right back into it. I'm recording this right after the last one last episode, so if I wasn't getting any group battles then, I'm probably not going to get any group battles now. I may try it again after a few rounds here. Now what I've done in the meanwhile is I've gotten a fully upgraded Chaos Blade as another weapon to use in here, so that should be interesting. Hopefully I won't end up in a situation where the damage from it ends up killing me. Because if you're not familiar with it, the Chaos Blade does damage to you every time you use it. It's a jumping attack. Can't parry jumping attacks. Oh well. That was good. I mean, I don't want to take that away from him. That was a good parry. It's just, latency makes the game so weird. You do damage and get parried in the same attack. It feels very odd. And like that one round we had last time where I parried the guy and only found out about it like 10 seconds later when his latency made him react, and by that time I was too far away to do anything about it. Very, very odd. You can spam roll so much. I got him worse than he got me. The spammability of rolls in this is ridiculous. It's like, you can just keep on doing that over and over again, just jamming on the button, and I don't think you can really hit somebody when they're doing that. You can only hit them when their stamina runs out, which is very silly. Maybe there's a timing to it that lets you do it, but it mostly seems like people at least feel they're invulnerable when they're spamming roll. But maybe there's a way to deal with it that I don't know about. Maybe you can kick them out of it or something. I should have changed my armor. I wanted to have a new look. Okay, so he's got a parrying thing. Shouldn't do that, that's too predictable. Ooh. Good one. I think you may have even had the same sword. What? Why does it say he's the greatest combatant? That was a really fun fight. I put a bandit knife in my left hand so I could use the quick step, since this weapon has like a built-in parry, but the parry is very difficult to catch people with surprise with, since you have to be in that stance to use it. Ah, dang, I almost got him. Now what's total horseshit is that it costs me, this weapon does damage to me when I hit them. It costs me HP when I hit them, even if it doesn't actually hit them on their end. Ooh, what? Oh, he killed himself with his Chaos Blade. Oh, we're getting some really intense Chaos Blade versus Chaos Blade duels here, just sort of out of pure luck, so that's pretty cool. Maybe after this one we'll try the group match again, even though, as I said, this is right after the last recording, so it's not super likely that we'll be getting any, but, worth a try. Okay, I guess we're not bowing. So that attack has more range on it than I thought. What's weird is it seems like the one time when you're vulnerable during a roll in this game is right after you choose to do it. Which is like the exact opposite of how it is I think in Dark Souls, where you basically have iframes for the first moment afterwards. And then, those stop happening and you just get the movement. Oh, right. I wanted to, oh, too late. Hopefully I'll remember next time, and, we're probably not going to get a group match, but maybe. Same guy? Looks like the same guy. Okay, now we're even. That attack is so weird. Its range is like 50% longer than it looks like it is. And I know, I guess, you know, what a shitty sentence. I know that you need to sort of assume that more attacks are going to hit you than it looks like they should when you're dealing with latency, but it still throws me off. That's right, I wanted to try a co-op match. Let's see if we can get one going. That was quick. That was a quick cancellation. Oh. No, it didn't go lower because it's just a smaller game. Give it 2 ticks. Oh, we got one person. It might just be the same person who's been queuing for all of these. Oh, and he left. Okay, yeah. It's very disappointing. I had so much fun the few times I've done the group match. Maybe I'll have better luck if I try during the weekend proper. This is like, as I said, Friday night. It should be a good time for getting a game going, but probably not as good as like midday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are probably the best times. Where'd he go? I lost him. I don't know what to do about this. He just disappeared. Yeah. Okay, that's making me uncomfortable. He expected to parry that. Ah. How is that missing? Okay, enough. Stop it. Well, that was silly. I was hoping after I attacked him the first time, he would get the hint and, start fighting back, but apparently not. If I was just playing on my own time and not recording or anything, I might have used a branch and digged around with him for a while, But if you're going to be watching me play, I feel like I should try and make things at least a little bit interesting to watch. And by the way, if you are watching me play, thank you for doing so. So that attack, or the parry rather, comes out very quickly. You kind of feel like it wouldn't because, fair enough, because you have to be in the stance to do it, but it doesn't actually make you finish going into the stance before you can do the parry. So I should probably just be regarding these with sort of a feeling of, like I'm learning how to play rather than getting annoyed when I don't do well. Is this the same guy again? Okay. He's somebody with a spear, or a Black Knight halberd, at any rate, which is different at least. So you can just... This game's so sudden death, it's weird. Like, it's weird that just from a normal attack you can do almost enough damage to kill somebody, just from comboing it. Of course, I also never put many points into vigor. I always said vinegar, which is probably a handicap when it comes to that. And I think I'm probably going to change weapons up after this round. Maybe even change up my armor set too. Oops. Overestimated my range a little bit there. So he's got, I think, the Profaned Greatsword. I keep on overestimating the range on that. I really like that running attack, it's very useful. Especially since you get the damage bonus from the Leo ring with it. So let's see, let's switch back to the spear. It's been a little while since I used the spear. Actually, you know what? I have the Drakeblood Greatsword, which I've never tried using in direct PvP, so let's give that a shot, actually. Let's mix things up. So, now this, I love this weapon in Dark Souls 2. I was extremely disappointed the first couple times I tried it in Dark Souls 3, but, you know, maybe it has some secret utility in Arena. We'll find out. There we go, Caestus. And I don't know, what do you think? It has to be something, black leather armor is always a safe choice, so let's at least start with that, maybe change a couple pieces. I love that they got rid of armor upgrading in this game. That was such an unnecessary and annoying thing in the other games. You can put on this cute little hat, and too heavy. Unless there we go. Ready for combat. I probably should play around with this weapon a bit so I remember the moveset. Though I use it so much in Dark Souls 2, I should have a basic idea of what it is. So this is the guy with the Corvian Great Knife. Oh, he just buffed it. Oh, draw. So this seems to work better than I thought it would, or I thought it did the first couple times I tried it, where I had like no luck with it at all. It doesn't have quite the punch it did in Dark Souls 2, where it was just a brutally effective weapon. But that's just it, and it's funny because it has like kind of the same attributes. It's just the way damage is calculated, I think, is different. In Dark Souls 1 and in Dark Souls 3, you get severely reduced damage, I think, when you have split damage types, which is not the case in Dark Souls 2. This is to the best of my recollection and knowledge. I may be wrong on some of these particulars, but that has been what I have observed. Oh, same guy. Does that bypass parries, or does it just have different timing? It seems like, well, he's doing pretty well against me. And he doesn't have any empty armor slots, and that's what really messes up your defense in this game, as I understand it, is having any empty armor slots is just a huge penalty to defense, which is stupid, and I don't know why they chose to do it that way, but that's how it works in Dark Souls 3. It's funny, I was just talking about how it seems like they made just punching without any weapons a little bit more effective than it was in the other games. And to make that decision while at the same time making it so that going without armor is just the worst is a weird pair of choices. Ooh. Neat. I've never used that sword before. Didn't know I could do that. What's interesting is another thing that makes this sword weaker than Dark Souls 2 is just the utility of the moveset is, despite it being almost the exact same moveset, isn't nearly as good. I mean, in Dark Souls 2, I'll just demonstrate the moveset. You got this poke, that's really nice. It's got a nice range to it. This is still pretty useful. But, like, these side swings and this wide swing, this is actually a different move than you had in Dark Souls 2, where it was like a spinning around move. But basically, these really wide attacks used to have the utility that if they tried to roll out of it, they would often get caught by it. But really, because you can just spam rolls now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you have a wide attack or a narrow attack. If they dodge the attack, they're going to dodge the attack. It's sort of the entire thing I was talking about with positioning doesn't matter anymore. It's all about timing. I guess range still matters a little bit, but you can change range so much more effectively now. I don't know. It's not... I mean, I've said before, it's not a set of changes that I'm especially fond of. See, if I know he's just going to try and parry, I can, like, run up on him and not attack when you'd expect me to attack. And there I can just press the attack a little bit more, so when he tries to counter, he dies. I don't think he was very experienced, though. That counterattack was extremely ill-advised on his part. Yeah, that's the sort of stupid mistake that I would make. Basically, you can see my philosophy on this is if they buff, I buff. If not, then I don't. See, that running attack, that's basically the two-handed strong attack in Dark Souls 2. Okay. Okay, that did hit. It just didn't stun at all, and yeah. Okay, kind of weird. It felt like a lot of my moves were missing when they should have been hitting. I don't know, I'd have to watch it back to say. Like, I just have a feeling that something wasn't quite the way I expected it to be there, and I can't remember what it was anymore. I think it was that he was hitting me with the running attack a lot when it looked like I was totally out of its attack radius. And I'm not sure what's up with that. I guess it's just a latency thing. See, in situations like that where I can really see what their range is and work around that, I feel like that's where I excel. I should actually see what the special move of this weapon is, too. Okay, it stints. Which does that. And that. Okay. And that's why the PvP in this game consistently throws me off, is because I'm all about sort of seeing what their range and style of attack is and working around that. But with a little bit of latency, it kind of gets confusing. Ooh. So that's good. I need to learn the power of the stomp with when I'm using weapons like that. That guy, his character design looked like the default model for Shepard, the male Shepard in Mass Effect. Kind of amusing. At least it looked that way to me. I think I might have been playing for a while. I'm not actually sure. I've lost track of time. Let's say 3 more rounds, and that'll do it. Rude. So there's a second part to that attack, which I think is what I'd failed to realize when I was using that weapon before, is that you do the weapon throwing attack, and that actually is the beginning of a combo. I was thinking of it just as like an attack by itself. And that's that second combo move that has such ridiculous range. And speaking of ridiculous range, for these last two, let's just switch to the spear. Wherever it is in here. Where? It's all the way down here for some reason, despite being a basic spear. Okay, I'm still under 70%. 2 more rounds. Got the follower charge. That's an interesting one. That went poorly for him. Like, roll spamming like that is very strong, but if you time it, I think you can still hit them out of it. It's just, you don't, it's hard to say what the timing is, really, since I think it kind of changes based on latency. I don't know. But mostly I'm sort of slowing down my attacks just enough that he's like spamming rolls too much to maintain stamina, so he's putting himself in a bad position by spamming him. That's the idea anyway. It worked out that time. No guarantee it'll work out again. The stun. God. Yeah, I can't stun him out of that, and when he hits me with it, it's a 3-hit combo that just hits through my attack, so I just have to dodge it, otherwise he can just go right through my attack and kill me. Anywho, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.